So 23 years ago, I just was not interested in being a teacher at all. Wasn't in my repertoire. I was in finishing college and I wanted to be a corporate trainer. So I wanted to be a person that spoke for a living because I'm a well, I feel like I'm bragging when I say that, but I'm a natural speaker. So
Ooh.
I enjoy speaking on stages, but teaching wasn't in my immediate future. So I thought. So when we make plans, God laughs. But I remember the day. I will never forget the day actually when I answered the call of teaching because God had been speaking to me quite fervently about it. And he was gently nudging me saying, I think this is what I want you to do. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Teaching is not for me. Kids are bad. I don't have the patience for that. That is not my thing. And I'm every bit like 24, 25. And I shook my neck and my hand and shook my fist and said, I will absolutely never be a teacher. And I meant it. I did. I meant that. I really did. Now, 23 years later, huh? Guess who won that fight? But what happened was very simple. I was in between jobs at the time, and the Twin Towers hit, 9/11 hit. And I started to question my existence on the planet. And I was like, I do not want to be one of those people that goes to work in a cubicle anymore. Don't want to be one of those people. And so I was looking for meaning. I was looking for substance. I was looking for, a job. But I
Mm.
didn't want to go back to what I knew because I was like, man, those people went to work that day and never made it home. That's all I could think about. It was like if I had to live my life, giving my life to something, would it be something like a corporate job? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Mm.
So, of course, that little angel on my shoulder kept saying, I think you should, think about
Mhm.
going up to the local church and they had a school there. And so I went to the local church and I volunteered while I was waiting to get a job. And I fell in love with it. They stuck me in the baby's room at first. And then I started to get a taste of it. I had to like sub. I would just move around and sub,
Yeah.
be a sub. And so I got a little taste of, being able to, stand in front of a crowd of little people and have them absorb information from me. And I was hooked. I was hooked from that day forward. I was hooked. I'm like, I taught them that. There was a sense of pride. I felt like I had found my superpower
Mhm.
and I didn't look back. Now I never look back, and I'm thankful to this day that I didn't, go along with my own plans because they wouldn't have worked anyway because God was in control of that thing. But yeah. So
Yeah.
so teaching found me. I did not go looking for it, and it was not something that I wanted to do. Um, and if most people want to know how I ended up in the Middle East, how did I end up teaching from my hometown, Dallas, Texas, to being here? Well, halfway through my career, I just hit a wall. I didn't like it anymore.
Mm.
The nuances of teaching is not easy. It's just not. I wish I could just go say I go in there every day and do my job and go home. But my job is not just teaching. My job is being a mediator and a counselor and
Mhm.
7-Eleven, Walmart, and sister friend and mother, grandmother. And my job is to be all of those things, a disciplinarian and all that warden breaking up fights and all of that stuff. My job was so complicated and it was so stressful that I wasn't dealing with it properly. I just wasn't. I don't tell that story the way I used to. I used to tell a story that they were getting on my nerves. But the truth is I was allowing too many things to pile up on me. And oh, excuse me, I didn't know how to say no. I did not know how
Mm.
to say no at the time. And that stress hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks and it started to take its toll on me about year 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, right around there. I was like, I can't do this another year. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I can't do this.
Mhm.
And I did something very, very drastic. I don't recommend this for everybody because it's not for the faint of heart. But I did, accept a job overseas because I was like, I'm sick of this school. I'm sick of this city. I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of this neighborhood. I'm sick of the city. I'm tired of this country. Goodbye, but I don't
Mm.
recommend doing that because, it's not the easiest thing to do. And if
Mm.
you don't fix what's wrong on the inside, you just cry in a different location. You're just miserable in a
Mhm.
different location.
Mm.
So that was me. I just moved locations, but I was still having the same issues internally and spiritually. So I had to fight some demons when I got here. But,
Mm.
all in all, it's been a great experience and I've learned a lot. And what I learned as a school teacher and as a writer and as a person that likes to speak, I write down in my book and I turned it into a book. And that book turned into a workshop. That workshop turned into, uh, it's turning into a podcast. That podcast eventually will be a TV show. So